I heard told of glory days, scores of boats out on the bay. An oysterman made a decent wage.
My name is Nicole Granan, and I am the project lead for the People of the Apalachicola project. People of the Apalachicola project seeks to gather community input through our community conversations and through online surveys and through casual conversations with people in the area to understand how they value and appreciate cultural resources in their area, how they understand ecosystem services to be a part of their community heritage. We can then use that data, provide it to all of the local land managers, allow them to leverage the data to prioritize the work that they do going forward.
My name is Megan Lamb, and I'm the Stewardship Coordinator at the Apalachicola National Estuarine Research Reserve. The Research Reserve is one of 30 reserves around the country. These reserves are all in estuaries that are important places that are worthy of conservation. The Apalachicola area is very unique. It's one of 6 biodiversity hotspots around the country.
My name is Anita Grove, and I am the Coastal Training Program Coordinator for the Apalachicola National Estuarine Research Reserve. The People of the Apalachicola is a welcome project. We manage 234,000 acres. We're the second largest reserve in the country. Managing cultural resources has always been a challenge for us. Partnering with scientists, archaeologists, we're able to expand our knowledge about our cultural resources.
Collaborative science is a really wonderful way of doing science and research. It allows project team to come together and really lean on the strengths of each project team member.
For the community conversations, we had a cross-section of the community, and I think it was a great meeting of local people to talk about these resources and what can be done about preserving them.
We're also doing on-the-ground field work to monitor and record archaeological sites to understand their current status. So a lot of these sites are being impacted by the effects of climate and cultural impacts like development, and we want to get essentially baseline data for these sites as they are today. Other data that we're collecting includes 3D photogrammetric data of shoreline areas. This essentially allows us to create a 3D model of the shoreline, and then in the future when we come back and produce additional 3D photogrammetric models, we can see deviation and change over time.
I'm Bria Brooks, and I am a master's student here at the University of West Florida. I'm also working as a research assistant with the People of Apalachicola project. My graduate thesis work is about Black histories and how they should be more prioritized in archaeology. In Apalachicola, it's a region that has a lot of stories about the resistance of slavery, and the particular site that I'm looking at is Prospect Bluff. As an anthropologist and also as a Black woman, it was very great to work with the North Florida African American Corridor Project along with H-Cola, and it was very inspirational to see how important heritage was to them and how close they held the heritage in their region to their hearts.
My name is Mike Tillman. I'm the co-founder of the Northwest Florida Maritime Landscape Alliance for Preservation, or MLAP for short, and I'm the collaborative lead for the People of the Apalachicola project. The People of the Apalachicola project ties very well into what MLAP as a nonprofit organization is all about. We've been working very hard at MLAP over the past several years to form collaborative partnerships, with the main goal being to try to designate the entire Florida Panhandle into a national heritage area.
Change is starting to happen. We're seeing change not only in terms of development and money being infused into the Apalachicola area, but we're also seeing change in terms of the major industries that define how people are working and laboring in Apalachicola.
People of the Apalachicola project really helps us understand what these resources are, and more importantly, what is important in terms of preserving cultural heritage to the local communities that are really the stewards of them.
We're seeing not only sea level rise, but an increased severity and frequency of major storm events like hurricanes. And these hurricanes, of course, can have a major impact to not only archaeological sites, but also places like historic cemeteries or historic structures that provide meaning to communities. It's a way for them to identify with their heritage and to define themselves.
You can't make a living out on the bay no more. Most of the children have moved away. A few old boats are all that remain. On a good day, you make